The song was We're an American Band. The year was 1973. I'm Mark Farner from Grand Funk Railroad, and these are the sounds of the time.
America in the 1970s was a country in turmoil.
My friends were in Vietnam, and they were sending me, back and forth. We'd send letters and communicate, and I would send like a cassette tape of flushing a toilet and doing things that they weren't used to hearing for a while, They'd been away from that.
From foreign battlefields to the music we listened to. The big sounds made possible by the stereophonic possibilities of FM radio collided with the polish and shine of the disco era.
I attribute that to the radio not being owned and controlled by corporate conglomerates. This was back when the 777 rule was still in effect. You could own 7 AM, 7 FM, and 7 television stations. That kept it in the hands of families, United States, U.S., American citizens, fathers, grandfathers, mothers, grandmothers, who had a moral conscience over what their children saw and heard.
The music industry was in a state of flux as vinyl gave way to the 8-track and the cassette. Bands like Grand Funk Railroad found themselves standing at the intersection of all that.
You can't do that today. You can't do that because the ownership and what we hear, the playlists, are controlled. You don't hear Four Dead in Ohio. You don't hear Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young and Buffalo Springfield and the songs that would provoke you to think about things.
The story of Grand Funk began with 3 guys from Flint, Michigan that got their name from the Grand Trunk Western Railroad that ran through the city. Just as turmoil swirled around them, management conflicts and creative debates would prevent stability in the band. But their sound stood in conflict with the more progressive rock that radio and the press preferred. Their straight-laced rock and roll earned them legions of fans, even as they struggled for airplay. Even without airtime, their albums were selling and they were packing in fans. Like on July 17, 1971, when they sold out Shea Stadium in 72 hours. The only other band to sell out Shea, the Beatles, and it took the Fab Four a few weeks.
Shea Stadium, a lot of those people that were singing that loud were veterans. And I'm Your Captain was, like for the Vietnam veterans, it was their song. What happened at Kent State in 1970, May 4th, when the 4 children were shot and 13 wounded, 1 paralyzed, this was, it was out of touch with who I thought we were as Americans. And it just boggled my mind. I wrote the song, People, Let's Stop the War. And the sentiment among the people was, this is bull. We have to get our people, our brothers and sisters, out of that foreign land.
Then in '73, Grand Funk scored their first #1, proving the power of a cowbell.
I said, this is what I hear. Chupapu, chupapu, chupapu on the bass drum. He said, man, are you kidding me? I said, you can do that, you can do it. And he practiced it and he got to do it. I said, but you need a cowbell. He didn't even own a cowbell. I said, no, you gotta have this bad cowbell, like a big one that doesn't go tink, tink, tink. It goes kank, kank, kank.
The song was We're an American Band. According to rock legend, the name was born out of an argument with British rockers Humble Pie over the bragging rights of British versus American rockers. And in a nation in need of a release, the song struck a chord.
I think the country was ready for a party, and that song brought the party.